see what else we got. Let's try this one.
I'm realizing something. One of the biggest turnoffs with any kind of dating that I have is when like a dude invests like a lot of conversations and time into you and then just randomly disappear, only to like come back a couple weeks later. Hey, how's it been? No, you just undid everything. Because now I feel like you don't like me or you're a hoe.
I'm just a girl. I just a girl.
I'm realizing something. One of
Well, she's pretty funny, a little bit, but I guess I don't know. When it comes to like you're talking to somebody for a while, it's going real good, you talk all the time, and then all of a sudden somebody stops communicating, and then the communication just breaks down altogether for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden a few weeks later, like, hi, what's up? And they're back in your DMs. Like, okay, fine. We all go through stuff. We don't know what's going on with the other person, but we're only hoping to get caught up with what's been going on. If we're catching up, then we should pick up where we left off. It doesn't mean that we can't be friends anymore, we shouldn't talk anymore, or we shouldn't pursue this anymore. It's just one of those things that happens in more digital relationships rather than in personal relationships. What happens in digital relationships is that the person stops texting, like the good morning text or whatever text that they're used to be sending and receiving. Um, what's more personal about a relationship is the phone call. If the phone calls stop, that's something to be concerned of. But if it's social media or if it's just texting, it's so removed from a personal experience. Why are you really tripping over it? Because you yourself can reach your cell phone and be like, hi, or hey, or what's up. I mean, we're still putting this burden of men on men to reach out, to always have to reach out to you rather than you reach out to them. So I mean, there's no real um, reason why there should be this gap of where neither one of y'all are reaching out to each other to say hello. I mean, that's going to be on both of y'all. Communication's a two-way thing, not a one-way thing. So I mean, I mean, that's all I really have to say about that one. I mean, I can't put all of that on him. I mean, you can reach out and say hi and keep the conversation going. No reason to really do otherwise. Let's see. Let's try. Let's try this.
No,
one.
you're so sexy. Don't turn to ChatGPT to summarize all of your books and lose the ability to have the patience to read a whole book yourself and engage with it critically and put it through the lens of your brain and your lived experience rather than the lens of an AI that is created, founded based on all of the human biases that we already have, and also created by people who have a vested interest in giving power over to fascism and reducing the population's ability to critically engage with information. Please don't do that. No, you're so sexy.
No. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let me see what that's. Let me see what this one is.
I need to choose my joy and my sanity when dating. And doing both of those things made such a difference for me. Part of choosing my joy was continuing to date and put myself back out there in the dating pool. There were definitely times where it felt like it would be easier to just give up, to pretend like a relationship and dating is not something that I want, to give into the narrative that so many people in general and so many people online want to sell, which is that dating is inherently cooked and it's over and it's trash and we should all just stop. I had to finally be honest with myself and be like, okay, but acknowledging that and living in that reality does not give me joy. The reality that gives me joy is when I actually date and find people who are also in the same headspace, because it is possible. And also I feel like now in this year of choosing myself and choosing my sanity and choosing joy, it has made it so much easier for me to identify the people who are not giving me joy and see them out. In other years when I've dated, I was just so much more willing to put up with behavior that stressed me out, honestly, with people who stressed me out and who were not bringing me joy on a regular basis. And now I'm finally at a point where I can identify that and be like, there is someone else. There is someone else who is a better fit for me. And I'm so glad that I have gotten to this place, because I do feel like it's made the last few months of my dating journey so much more enjoyable. And I'm finally at a place where I'm understanding why people enjoy dating. I need to choose.
Okay. Well, this one's got a lot more depth into it. She understands more about the dating process, what it is and isn't supposed to be. I mean, my only disagreement would be the joy part of it, because yeah, you can weed out people who don't bring you joy and don't bring, happiness and fulfillment into your life. But the people who you hold close the most, they're not going to always bring you joy. They're going to disappoint you. They're going to make you angry sometimes. But cutting them out of your life isn't the solution. It's pretty much solving the problem that you have at the time with the person that you're dealing with. That's the solution. Always running away from a person that you don't like or disagree with doesn't solve anything. It only shows that your ego or your intellect or your emotional intelligence is very fragile. Meaning, when someone challenges you or you're being challenged, you're not able to step up to meet that challenge or stand on any type of foundation to defend what it is that you believe or what it is that you're looking for or whatever principle that has made you. When it's about, well, you said something and I didn't like it, so therefore I'm going to block you on all these apps. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm just going to walk away and be silent. There's no power in that. There's only power in being able to take something that was once toxic and wipe it away clean to where the relationship is solid and the communication is sound and all of the garbage is at the landfill and no longer in your life. Getting rid of garbage doesn't mean getting rid of people. It means getting rid of issues and topics and subjects that you may not agree with, but don't talk about them. Why are you talking about them? If it's your principles, such as getting married or having children or something like that, and you're running into non-negotiables and you're running into an ideology that might seem harmful, fine, get away from it. And maybe 2-3 years down the line, that person may change their ideology based off of new information or based off of lived experiences. But yeah, running away from a person 100% and just ghosting them doesn't seem to solve anything. It's not making anything better. I would rather confront what is bothering me or what I feel is disturbing rather than run away from it. We have to, part of being an adult are doing the things that we don't really want to do, but we have to do in order to live out the rest of our lives, not being in fear. So I would say that to this video. But I like this video because at least this woman was really in depth and does actually see the value of dating in 2025 and it's not cooked. So it's nice to know. Let's see.
So I'm single, and recently I was talking to this guy and getting to know him a little. He proceeds to ask me the question, "What's your favorite color?" I paused, looked at him, and I said, "Are you being serious right now?" He, in fact, was being serious. He wanted to know my favorite color. I literally was like, I didn't think people actually asked that question. I thought it was like a hypothetical. And honestly, I was offended. Like, this is really what dating is? Can ask me a more meaningful question? So
I'm going to be honest about that. When you're getting to know someone, when you want to know the small details and intricacies of that person, because behind asking someone their favorite color, that can correspond to the clothes you want to buy them, to the car you want to buy them, to the house you want to buy them, to the ring that they want to use to propose. Like all of these small details are things that men need to study about women in order to make them happy. So the more honest you are, with men on this date or when we date you, the more we can, make you happy. We can buy your favorite thing in your favorite color. So yes, I think you need to answer the question honestly, no matter how simplistic it is, only because it allows us to better get to know you and cater our our behaviors to your liking. So yes, your favorite ice cream. Why am I asking you your favorite ice cream? Because if I'm at the store one day and I buy your favorite ice cream and you're coming over my house and we're chilling, you can look into my freezer, find your favorite ice cream, and have at it. So the smallest thing, like, can go a long way. I mean, to suit your comfort, just be honest. I mean, he's asking you a direct question that corresponds with your potential relationship. Just answer the question and move on. I mean, I don't really see a reason to make a TikTok video about it, but 2025, I'm a. You see this gray hair? I mean, maybe you can't because it's like, hang on, maybe if I make myself bigger or something. Anyway, it's there. We're moving on. We're moving on. My tiger stripes are there. Let's see.
But guys will keep girls as friends, even though they're like kind of pursuing them, but they don't make it obvious, and they don't say that they're pursuing them, but they're texting them all the time. They're hanging out a lot. They hang out by themselves. They are pursuing them, but without the pressure of having to pursue them or the responsibility of like actively pursuing them. And so now girls are left wondering, what does it mean? Does he like me? Am I just his friend? He acts like he likes me more, but then he also acts like I'm just his friend.
Can I be honest with you?
Absolutely.
In my grandmother's time, men were literally going to wars. And my grandfather approached my grandmother and said, that's the one. And he did the right thing and he married her and they had 50 years of a beautiful marriage. And I just think all of this stuff of like, I'm going to keep her as a friend and I'm not ready. And I just think it's so weak. And that's the truth. I think there is a attack of weakness and it's coming from the other kingdom.
But guys,
Okay, I've been hearing this thing where women are talking about how men used to go to war. Like I'm not sure. I guess I'm not really sure why we're bringing up what men used to do or still do. Men still do go to war. I mean, I know war is more technologically advanced with drones and things that are flown by remote, but people who went to war, I'm not going to speak on that only because I've never been to war, so I don't want to speak on behalf of someone else. But from stories I've heard from them, they're not the same. They're not the same people that left. When you leave and go to war and fight the war and come home, you're not the same person. Like there are a lot of things about you that has fundamentally changed as a person that you'll never be able to get over. But what I'm hearing in this video is just this description of masculinity. She's speaking about masculinity was at its peak or at a crescendo where men who came home from war were sure about what they wanted. They had this revelation about how they were going to live their lives, the rest of their lives. They were going to choose one woman and stick with that woman and create a family, marry, do right by. But the thing is, that woman wasn't posting things on TikTok and Instagram. That grandmother wasn't looking for a high value man or top 10% of man. who was 6 feet, who made 6 figures. He didn't, wasn't required to go to the gym. That grandfather wasn't required to spend $200, $300 on the first date. That man wasn't required to make sure that her happiness came first and this and that and the other. When he went to war and selected your grandmother was receptive enough to understand the full value of just being with a man. It wasn't about him being a soldier. It was about him being just a man. And being a man was good enough back then in those days, and being a woman was good enough back in those days. And we had to get back to seeing each other and knowing each other's value just by looking at each other rather than trying to size each other up and measure each other with artificial yardsticks and measuring sticks that don't matter anyway. Your grandmother was not looking at his wallet at all and didn't give a damn. And your grandfather wasn't looking to check if she had any plastic surgery or the right correct hair or makeup, or was wearing the right kind of dress, or your grandma didn't have an OnlyFans. So come on. Who are we kidding? Times were different back then. This was without social media. This was without quote unquote bare minimum talk or whatever that crap is. This was before any of the things that we're dealing with now, which is an unrealistic expectation upon both parties. So just saying. And it's not a knock on the messenger. I'm knocking the message, not the messenger. The message needs to be refuted and restated, not the messenger. How women think and how men think in dating in 2025 is their experience and it's their opinion, and they're entitled to it. But I'm here about the message and not the messenger. So I don't know her, I don't have any beef or anything like that. I'm just an opinion on it. So let's see. There's some fun videos on here too. Dating in 2025, they try to pretend to be someone else, or they'll, kind of do this little play act thing. Or I'm not sure what that's about, but I guess it's entertaining. So let's see. Let's try dating this economy. Is that what? It looks like she's dancing. So okay, not too much there. Oh yeah, and if you're on TikTok, you can like the video and tap the screen and all that. I hear other people say it, so I'm saying it too. But also like and share, and someone who you think might get a kick out of whatever it is I'm doing here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so on this one, dating in 2025, it looks like the rest are going to just be texts.